Goodness comes and evil goes.
Kimunga Ukombozi, Kimunga Ukombozi, Kimunga Ukombozi, divine liberty, divine liberation, divine freedom, and all that will bring for African people wherever we happen to be on the face of this earth. Karibu, welcome. My name is Kwende, and today we're going to get into another important subject, and that subject is construct your kingly or queenly spiritual bridge for African integrity. Great monarchs of the African history continuum have been a part of self-determined, self-governed African nations. And in this time of interruption and disruption, where African people have been severed in many ways from that normal and optimal functioning of life, day-to-day living can take on the form of sheer survival. And it is important in such a context that we are able to, as African souls, construct the spiritual bridge between our independent, African-centered living in our homes, in our places where we have time and space for ourselves, and indeed we should make time and space for ourselves in such spheres. And from wholesome living in this regard, there's oftentimes then the compelling need in present day circumstance to depart from African-centered space and move into the realms of a mainstream environment or an alien-dominated or overtly controlled environment, whether that be to eke out some form of living or to get some form of mainstream education or whatever. We can construct a spiritual bridge to walk along that safeguards the African self as the African masculine man or as the feminine African woman, traverse that bridge to enter the realms of the quote-unquote outside world whilst remaining intact, and then coming back along that bridge in order to function then in wholesome African-centered order and being harmonious and complementary to each other in the independent spheres of missioning for African ascension, African betterment, nation building, and maintaining, securing African liberty. And for each soul, their spiritual bridge will vary according to personal circumstance and the dynamics within which that soul operates. Traversing between the environments without losing the integrity of the African self, male or female. And then it becomes a safeguarding mechanism to secure African souls from outside contaminants of ill and from the imposed tactics or strategies of pitting African men against African women or African women against African men. So with that food for thought, and surely it is food for thought, Kimunga Ukombozi, Kimunga Ukombozi, Kimunga Ukombozi, divine liberty, divine liberation, divine freedom, and all that will bring for African people wherever we happen to be on the face of this earth.